the internet. It is I, Michael Shockman, here with the next episode of the Conquerors playlist here in this Let's Play series of Age of Empires 2 HD edition. This time we're going to be getting into the first part of campaign number 3, that being Montezuma, the first American-based campaign, or Central American-based campaign, in this series of campaigns. Yeah, today's a good day. I've been getting my setup on at my desk and with my room all taken care of. Just spent probably what would be considered way too much money on things that, while they are going to be nice to have and nice decorations for my studio, aka my room, were not necessarily needed. But hey, you do what you can to have simple pleasures, you know? Anyway, guys, before we get started, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor really quick, as per usual, it'll just take a second. If you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe button, sharing this video out to all of your friends and family, and being sure to hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. Also, if you wouldn't mind, if you want to check me out and see what I'm up to from a distance, you can check me out on Twitter at DMShockman. And if you want to support my work financially, you can do so at Patreon at patreon.com/DMShockman. And just as per usual, all of the money that I get from my Patreon goes to supporting and producing more and better content for you guys and covering the costs that lie therein. So with that being said, without any further ado, thank you so much for hearing my spiel, and let's read a little bit about Montezuma. Here we go. Montezuma. Centuries of conquest have allowed the Aztecs to become the mightiest empire in Central America. But when strangers appear on the shores of the Caribbean Sea, Montezuma, Emperor of the Aztecs, is unsure whether they are conquerors or gods. Can a vast empire of warriors using obsidian spears and cotton armor hold off mounted invaders armed with metal armor and gunpowder? Will the Aztec island city of... Oh my god, this is going to be so bad. But I remember how it said, Tenochtitlan continue to conquer the Americas, or will it crumble beneath these foreign conquerors? Pardon my horrible pronunciation of that. That is a really hard word to say if you don't hear it all the time. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Just really quick forward about this, guys. I know my level of knowledge about Central American history and the history of the natives of Central America is slim to none. So this is going to be, as, for the most part at least, as much of a new thing for me as it is for you guys. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Number 1, Reign of Blood. Here we go.
Passed down to you by Cuauhtémoc, eagle warrior of Tenochtitlan. An omen appeared above the forest, the shape of an ear of corn, but blazing like daybreak. It seemed to bleed fire, drop by drop, like a wound in the sky. I am a warrior, not a priest, and knew not what to make of such a sign. I consulted with the seers and magicians to see if another great war was coming, but they answered only in riddles.
The gods want more sacrifice, was their answer.
That was always their answer. Much of our empire of rainforests and volcanoes has been conquered in the name of sacrifice. The magicians tell us that we must make a sacrifice every single day for the sun to continue to rise. It took the relay teams 2 full days to carry my message the 200 miles to our city of Tenochtitlan. After 2 more days, my uncle, Montezuma, Emperor of the Aztecs, sent his reply. Montezuma's priests foretold that the god Quetzalcoatl might soon return from his long exile. How else to explain the omen? Montezuma ordered my warriors to increase their efforts to consolidate the rainforest between our lands and those of our enemies. We must establish control over 4 shrines that are sacred to Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Because the Aztec Empire is mighty and constantly expands, we have made many enemies. We must defend these shrines from our enemies in order to prepare for Quetzalcoatl's eventual return.
Alright, guys. 1 second. Oh. Man, allergies are shitty. Alright, we need to place a, capture the 4 shrines, monasteries, sacred to Quetzalcoatl, place a sacred relic in each of the 4 shrines. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Nice. Nice. Eagle Scout. Alright. There we go. Okay.
I hear the growl of the jaguar. Is this a bad omen?
Oh. Outside. But nay.
Okay.
Outside.
Okay. Oh my god. Jaguars! Alright, let's create a castle to guard each of the sides of the road, which is kind of cool. Alright. There we go. Why they have crossbowmen, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, because the Aztecs don't have horses, because horses didn't come to the Americas until the Spaniards came. So everything they do is based on foot traffic. So they had to run like this guy is doing like crazy. Holy crap. Come on.
to the wall.
Come on. Alright, guys, I'm gonna cut it here until we get to a point of interest, so see you in a bit. Alright, guys, I'm back. We are just trying to make our way past, past here and being able to fight off against all of these jaguars. We are basically destroying this place. We set up three specific, castles to basically be able to take out things. So, they kind of did a lot of the softening up for us and everything like that, so that was kind of cool. And we're about to win. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Yay! We win. Woot! Awesome. Sweetness. Okay, we're gonna quit the scenario and we'll watch the next cutscene. Here we go.
When my warriors had captured the shrines and defeated the Xochomilco and Tlatiluco, we made the long journey back to Tenochtitlan, laden with gifts for Emperor Montezuma, jade, feathers, and of course, prisoners. The sheer vastness of our city on the lake seemed staggering after having been in the rainforest for so many days. Emperor Montezuma lives in the most sumptuous rooms of the palace with his wives and concubines. While we spoke, he drank frothing chocolate from a golden cup. Musicians played their drums and flutes, and masked women danced. When my uncle, Montezuma, first ascended the Great Pyramid many years ago to become emperor, there was a great celebration. Yet now, some question his leadership. He sometimes makes decisions slowly, and rarely does he lead the warriors into combat. Montezuma's priests informed us that Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, would soon return to Tenochtitlan to reclaim his kingdom. Since I helped prepare for his coming, I was given a new obsidian macana and promoted to the rank of Jaguar warrior. There was more feasting and dancing that night. The air was heavy with perfume. But I noticed as I walked down the steps of the Emperor's palace that the ermine still hung heavily over the lake, spraying sparks over the midnight sky. So says Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan.
Alright, guys, that's cool. We're gonna move on to episode number 2, the Triple Alliance. Here we go.
Passed down to you by Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan. The gods were still uneasy, for that
Sorry, guys.
omen appeared. The temple of the demon Huitzilopochtli burst suddenly into flame, although it was made of stone. When the people hurried to pour water on the fire, it burned with even greater violence. I asked our emperor, Montezuma, what we needed to do to appease the gods. His haughty priests made the predictable reply.
The Aztec Empire needed more prisoners. The sun god and the rain god and even the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl
Were angry deities that required sacrifice. Our city-state of Tenochtitlan is allied with 2 others, together composing the Triple Alliance. Montezuma intended for the Triple Alliance to attack our longtime enemies, the Tlaxcala. I sent the traditional shield, arrows, and cloaks to the Tlaxcala, declaring to them that they would soon be attacked.
Then we marched out into the forests, our jaguar and eagle banners ready to clash with the heron banners of the Tlaxcala. Birds in the rainforest canopy took to the sky, eager to be away from the violence that was to come.
Ooh, man. This is gonna be fun. Here we go. Deliver the summons of war to Texcoco Town Center. Deliver the summons of war to Tlacopan Town Center. Alright. Alright. We're gonna send to... Oh, I just got an email. Nice. Alright, we're gonna... 2 of our guys are gonna go there. And 2 of our guys are gonna go here.
Cool.
Alright.
Emperor Montezuma insists that you make war on the Tlaxcala.
Montezuma oversteps his authority, but we will comply.
Alright. Missions. Alright, guys. Hold on one second. I'm gonna wait until we get this done, and then I think I'm gonna cut it depending on what comes next. We'll probably cut it until we get to a point of interest, so hold on one second. Here we go. My lord, they approach. Haha. Alright. Here we go.
Montezuma of the Aztecs demands that as a member of the Triple Alliance, you attack the wicked Tlaxcala.
Montezuma asks us to do much for the Aztecs, but we shall do his bidding for now.
Now we can attack the Tlaxcalans. Villagers are being sent by transport from Tenochtitlan to establish our forward base.
Alright. Alright. Alright, guys, I'm going to cut it here until we get to a point of interest. So, see you in a minute. Alright, guys, I'm back. We're just, we're just destroying the 3 town centers with petards, of all things. Because apparently the Aztecs don't know how to defend their people against explosives. Because game immersion has been broken. Yeah. Jesus.
We have now leveled 2 of Tlaxcala's town centers. 2 remain.
We're just trying to find their 4th town center, and, yeah. We're about to take a 3rd, so... Alright. Here we go. Alright, we are gonna create some more petards, and... Alright, guys, I will, I will cut back as soon as we are, as soon as we're about to win this episode. So, see you in a bit. Alright, guys, I'm back. We're just here taking out the, last of the enemies who betrayed us. we're just taking out their town center and killing all of their villagers, and then we should be good. They're just gonna go about eradicating everybody. Yay, genocide. No, I'm joking. Genocide is horrible. It's the Genocide Express, Express, Express. So apparently, if you kill all of their villagers, if you kill all of the villagers of a specific place, they will die. There we go.
Montezuma, the Aztec Empire. But wait, what is this that approaches?
Oh my.
I claim these lands, and all the gold it bears in the name of Ferdinand of Spain. Until all of the gold is brought to me, I shall not return home. And to prove it, I am sinking my ship.
Who is this man who has arrived? Could it be that the god Quetzalcoatl has returned?
Oh my. There we go. That's better. Alright. Good stuff. Alright, we're gonna end the scenario and go into the next cutscene. So, here we go.
The first messengers to arrive in Tenochtitlan told of mountains or towers that floated on the sea. Each story told to Montezuma was more fantastic than the last. They could fire stone balls, shooting sparks, and raining fire that could crack open weapons. Huge deer with no antlers carried these gods on their backs. Their swords were iron, their bows were iron, their shields were iron, their clothes were iron. Surely, this was the return of Quetzalcoatl. Montezuma heard these reports with growing alarm as he shifted nervously on the Iquipali, his legless throne. He ordered expensive gifts to be sent to the new arrivals in the hopes that Quetzalcoatl would spare Montezuma when the feathered serpent came to Tenochtitlan. He has come back, Montezuma whispered to me. He seeks his place on the throne, for that is what he promised when he departed. I held my weapons tightly but said nothing. How could I challenge the word of our emperor? So says Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior. Tenochtitlan.
Alright. Alright, and number 3, Quetzalcoatl. Here we go.
Passed down to you by Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan. Another omen. The lake around the great city of Tenochtitlan rose and boiled. It foamed until it washed against the houses of the city, sweeping many of them into the lake. I accompanied our dignitaries to meet with the new arrivals. We journeyed towards the coast, through the lands of our enemies, the Tlaxcala. When we emerged from the forest, the strangers welcomed us, although they kept their weapons nearby. I told them that we were Aztecs, representatives of the great Montezuma. Their leader said that his people were Spanish, and he named himself Cortés, although he seemed pleased when we referred to him as Quetzalcoatl. Although their armor and animals seemed otherworldly, they did not seem like gods to me. We presented Cortés gifts of finest cotton and plumes of bird feathers, but he seemed more interested in the gold ornaments. He asked again and again if there was more gold to be found in Tenochtitlan. By now, Cortés had advanced all the way to the lands of the Tlaxcala. There was initial warfare made between Tlaxcala and the Spanish. However, when Cortés heard stories about the size of Tenochtitlan and the numbers of our brave Aztec warriors, he suggested that the Spanish and Tlaxcala join forces and attack the Aztecs.
Well, that sucks. Alright. Defeat the Tlaxcalans.
We do not know the intentions of these Spanish arrivals. For now, our enemies are the Tlaxcala.
Alright. Here we go. Okay. Ah, we're in the Imperial Age. Okay. I gotcha. Let's build a castle and try and get the spies thing. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Oh, good lord. Alright, spies, good. Alright. Here are the Spanish, which is kind of cool. They're not very heavily fortified. Alright.
It is here that the Spanish sank their own transport to prove their determination to conquer our lands. Cortez must be nearby.
Alright, okay. Let's see here. We're gonna create 15 of these warriors. Aztec warrior! 15 arbalists. Alright. We're gonna do a time warp and we're gonna have two-handed swordsmen. Alright. Alright, here we go. Good stuff. Good. Alright guys, I'm going to cut it here until we get to a point of interest. So I will see you guys in just a moment. See you then. Alright guys, I'm back. I think we're about ready to actually win this. If you kill all of their villagers, like I said before, I think you win, you defeat them. So you don't really need to destroy all of their buildings, thank God. But yeah, just killing off all of their villagers is quite important. Alright. Come on, where are some more of their villagers? I don't see any more. We are going to come here and we are going to create a dock, which is going to be kind of good. We're going gonna attack this castle just to be sure. So, I don't think there's any more of them. Come on. Bring it. Goodbye. Alright, cool. Alright. Let's see here. Do they have any more villagers? I don't think so. I don't see any. I don't see any more villagers around here. Let's see. No. 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 Okay. We will, I guess, just, I guess we will just, have to take out every little bit of their people. So that makes sense. Alright. Here we go. Let's take out their towers. Not really sure what we're supposed to do this one, guys. It says we're supposed to be able to defeat them as a thing, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, I'm wondering if maybe what they say you're supposed to be able to defeat them, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like, you have to do the worst thing. I suppose. Alright, you know what? What the fuck? Why not? Why not? Alright, let's come here. And we will then... Come on. There we go. That's better. There we go. I was wondering there for a minute. Alright. Here we go. Really quick. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to quit the scenario, and we're going to watch the last cutscene of the episode. Here we go.
Although the Aztec warriors fought well that day, my men were frightened by the beast that the Spanish rode into combat, and by the number of exploding weapons. Although we had survived the attack, I thought it best to withdraw towards Tenochtitlan and share with the Emperor Montezuma all that we had learned. I do not know if my uncle, Montezuma, was being cowardly or merely trying to preserve us from the wrath of the gods, but he sent more gifts to Cortés, along with an invitation to visit our great city as his personal guest. I was there when Montezuma met Cortés on one of the causeways leading into our great city. The Spanish had evidently never seen anything like Tenochtitlan, and they stared in wonder at the brightly colored markets and pyramids rising out of a man-made island in the middle of gigantic Lake Texcoco. Some of the Spanish soldiers asked whether it was all a dream, the first glimpse of things never heard, seen, or dreamed before. Montezuma led Cortés at the top of the Great Pyramid, where he pointed out the various canals and neighborhoods of the city. But Cortés was mostly interested in gold ornaments, and helped himself to any which he encountered. I was no longer convinced that this man was Quetzalcoatl. So says Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan.
Alright, guys. That was awesome. This has been really fun. It's been probably so far the most lackluster in my opinion, although it has been fun. It's been the most lackluster of them. I much preferred El Cid. But we will see how things go. But anyway, guys, it's going to have to wait until next time. Remember, as always, I'm Michael Shockman. I've been your host and commentator, and once again, remember, as always, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.